Buenos Dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it? You already know. Let's get to it. Man, I can listen to that all day. First and foremost, I want to say happy Friday, happy Valentine's Day to the couples who are out there doing it right. I myself, I'm just going to sit down, watch Game of Thrones, and eat a bag of Funyuns for Valentine's Day because they remind me of certain situations. But anyways, man, happy Valentine's Days to those females and those men that are out there doing their thing for their female. Do it right, homie, so that way she appreciates you and never forgets you. Believe me, none of my exes will ever forget me. Appreciate me? Probably not so much. Anyways, let's talk about a controversial topic. Yesterday, I did a video about Marvelous Inks, right? And there's a lot of people that chimed in with a whole lot of different energy. A whole lot of energy, like Flaco used to say, right? A lot of people had their opinion one way or the other. There's a lot of people that appreciated the way I did that video and how I spoke on it, but to a certain level and a certain degree. And then there was a lot of people, they were all mad.
You talk about SPM, but you won't talk about...
Fuck you. How about that? I just talked about you there. I'm going to say what I want to say and do it how I want to do it. Now, I'm not going to hold no punches in this video. And the reason I'm not is because I was so disgusted with the manner in which this individual took, somebody's family, their children, and utilized them because of personal hatred. Now, there's a lot of people that don't like me on YouTube, and there's a lot of people I don't like. Guess what? If I don't like you personally, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. It's going to be very hard, but I'm going to try not to talk about you. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to bring no awareness to what you got going on, and I could really give a fuck less about you. Now, if there's an inkling this much of I don't give a fuck involved, then I might mention your name, right? And when it comes to this individual Blue Devil from Haters World, there's an inkling of this much of I don't give a fuck concerning him. He's spoken on me in the past, takes little jabs, talks his little shit, and I've said what I've said. And, to be totally honest, I've only spoken on things other people have said because I don't know this guy from a bowl of lumpy liver's worth, right? I don't know. I don't know him. But one thing I do know is I know enough about the area he allegedly is from. I don't know. Last I heard, he's from a traveling band gang. He's a gypsy. And he goes from freak show to freak show. Just a traveling vaudeville guy. But he's allowed back into that traveling vaudeville. I mean, it's on the move. It's moving. It's grooving. Now, I'll say this about him. Do we see eye to eye? No, not necessarily. And the reason is more so because he's that guy. He's the man. He's hardcore. He's active. He's involved to with real hardcore individuals. And so I have nothing coming. My words don't count. Nothing I say matters, right? That's cool. Nothing you say will ever matter to anyone either, especially when you're charging people, for requests and you're burning people on t-shirts. You're just doing too much, bro. Get your mind right. Get your act together. Treat people with respect. Treat people decent. Be a decent human being. Your own homeboys don't even like you. And that's just real. Whether my homeboys like me or not, I could give a fuck less, but goddamn, you're over there trying to prove yourself constantly. We already seen you get toe up from the flow up by Whack 100. We seen him punk you. I gotta look at the paperwork. We already seen it, right? At the end of the day, man, no matter what you do, who you talk about, how you do it, you're never gonna be up. Them videos are always gonna be out there, bro. Spencer just is, right? And people are gonna feel however they feel about it. Is it any of their business what you got going on? No. Do I care about it? No, but it sure makes for good comedy and good content. Look, let's keep it real here. There was a live or a video that was dropped the other day by Haters World, man, and it made me osco. It made me sick to my stomach listening to it. And it had to do with the whole Marvelous situation. Now, I know there's been a back and forth between Navato Marvelous and Blue Devil for a very long time, right? They don't get along for whatever reason. And that led me to believe that there was some personal issues going on there between them two that maybe they haven't spoken on. Now, I'm not here to pick and choose sides on who's tougher, who's better, who's right or wrong in their personal beef, because again, it's their personal beef. You know, I stopped getting involved in people's personal matters a long time ago. I learned my lesson. I remember one time my baby's mom's sister, man, she was getting hands put on her by her ex, right? And they were in that motherfucker slanging them in the house. And I ran in, right? I just got off work and I ran in trying to disrupt it and break it up. Next thing you know, she's jumping on my back, calling me a bitch, trying to bite my ear like she was Tyson, right? I'm the one. I just got off work, doing what I'm doing, trying to help a woman in distress. Mayday, Mayday. Guess what? I'm the one that got kicked out of the pad. It was crazy. And she was back with him fucking on the back porch. True stories. Now, I'll say this. When I seen this video, I could tell right from the gate that Haters World was happy as Garfield with a plate of lasagna in front of him. This Vato was ecstatic. He was ecstatic because, hey, he got him. He finally got him. And I ain't gonna lie, I know that feeling. That's the way I felt when that paperwork on American Cholo was dropped. That's how I felt. Like, I got him. All this shit he ever talked about me, I'm gonna boop bop him with this one. And I was definitely wrong, and I apologize for that, right? I jumped the gun on it. Didn't do my homework. It is what it is. And I'm not scared or afraid to say it and admit, hey, I was wrong. And Gil never, ever had any of those type of cases or was never involved. And that's just being G, and that's just being real. Now, at the end of the day, I'll say this, though. I can never take back what I done. Just like Haters World can never take back what he just done. And albeit you have personal issues with this guy, Marvelous, and now this situation has came up, right? Now this situation has came up where there's some sexual deviant type activity that happened, or some sexual activity that happened that is taboo. And I'll say this, you know, am I backing up Marv on that? Do I agree with that? Fuck no. Fuck no. No can do, homie. The best thing I could do, though, is while everything still continues to expose itself and all the cards get laid on the table, I could not kick a man when he's down. I cannot stomp him out when he falls on the ground. I'm going to stick to being the type of individual that, you know, two wrongs don't make a right. What I'm going to do is stay away from that situation altogether as far as it pertains to the act that happened between him and that young lady. Did he admit it? Did he say he did it? He fucking did. Has he expressed remorse? To a certain point. Do I believe everything that was said on the video he dropped? To a certain degree. But at the same time, the fact is, you fucked her. That's it. And you made your bed, you have to lay in it. Whether regardless or not, you know, I have respect for you or not, that is not here nor there. It's fucked up. It's a fucked up situation. Now, what's even more fucked up is what this dude Blue Devil done. He went all the way to the pits of hell. Now, I've done something similar, but not with the person's children. Did I interview someone's sister once upon a time and get my clown on? I did. A grown adult. She spoke on what she wanted to speak on. Have I talked to a person's wife on the phone? She got a hold of me on Instagram and called me. She wanted me to beg me to ask me to take a video down. And I did that out of respect, you know, and we had a good conversation, and I realized her fucking husband was on drugs and an asshole. And that was that. But as far as ever interviewing or putting someone's children on a live and having them disrespect their parent, bro, there has to be some integrity there, some morals, some type of rules and regulations in the game. And I know some people just don't give a fuck. They have no morals whatsoever. But not only does it make other people look bad, you know, the information that is being put out there or being exposed, you know, whether you choose to believe it or not, but allowing your platform to be that low and you to be an individual that hates a person that much to do that. We all know Blue Devil could give a fuck less about Marvelous's children. And I know people are going to say, well, they're not kids, they're adults. They chose to do, yeah, but you provided them a platform to do that. You didn't see American Cholo doing that. Why? He's a grown man with a family. He understands certain things are off limits, right? There's certain people that will not go that route. The people that do are one of two things. They're scandalous as fuck and don't know the game, or they're thirsty as hell and are willing to do anything for views. Why am I talking about it? Because this is a PSA of fuck, bro. You're a piece of shit for that. To go let a man's children vent personal family business on your channel and to instigate it and laugh and smile, all because you can't beat old boy up. You know, you want to sit there and call him a chomo. You want to sit there and call him a rat. You want to sit there and call him this and that, and he doesn't have no love in his body and he's a liar. You even went as far as to sit there and clown on him because his mother has European blood or whatever. The fact is, bro, if you got an issue, you're in Southern California, he's in Southern California, he ain't hard to find. Or what? You don't want to get your ass beat by someone you call a chomo? I'm just saying. Now, when it comes down to the whole Marvelous situation, it's a very unfortunate thing. There's a lot of people that support that dude that have chosen to step back, and there's a lot of people that will continue to support him. You know, one thing I can't support is utilizing a man's children, his own kids, to slander and talk about their dad and sit there and laugh and basically play them out because you let them youngsters expose crime that they're involved in. You let them talk about being from several different gangs. You let them talk about, their father's personal business or, their mother's personal business. And that is nobody's personal business. If this guy says, hey, look, straight up, homie, this is what happened. This is why me and my father had a falling out. Even then, it's who cares why they fell out? I guess you thought it pertained to the situation at hand. Look, you're not exposing nada, homie. To have his kids sit there and scream and yell and call him a chomo and all this, it's not exposing nothing. The Vato already told you in his own words. He's the one that put the video out, putting it out there. And I know, he's doing damage control. He did it because his son was going to put him on blast, right? Look, whatever he wants to do, however he wants to do it, that's on him. He's going to live with those repercussions. Am I going to fuck with them? No. Fuck no. Do I support that type of shit? No. Accidents happen, but that's an accident you can't let happen. There's no justifying that type of accident. Hey, Vato did the right thing. He checked the fucking ID. And here's some knowledge that you can't get in college. There was actually 4 other individuals there with that chick, or 3 other individuals, a guy, her sister, and another woman, which was a tia of hers. Yeah, I know the get down, that were there, and they co-signed for her. Now, of course, I'm not going to hate on them because I'm not saying they co-signed on her to get fucked. They co-signed on her to get a tattoo, right? At the end of the day, it's just a bad situation. It happened, but you never fucking use a man's kids and expose them to that type of fucking trauma. You're just making things worse. The only thing I seen was a person utilizing people that are unknowing and not aware of the game, man, and just being a fucking sickening individual. Blue Devil may be a lot of things. Have I ever called him a rat? No. Have I ever called him a bitch? Perhaps. I don't know. He does bitch things, right? Bitch qualities. But I've never said he's in bad stands with you. There's certain things I won't say because they're not untrue. They're not true. Anything that I have against him would be kind of personal, right? And so you notice I don't make a lot of videos on this guy. Yeah, when he did the whole fucking bowing down to WAC 100, letting fucking Africanos call his fucking people rats right in front of his face and didn't take flight. Yeah, I had something to say about that. Because I done time with real Sureños and Southsiders, homie. Way more time than you've ever done, Blue Devil. You might be around Vatos that did time, but you personally, you never did it like that, right? I have. Spencer, I'm from up north, and I did more time with your homies than you ever will, right? And I'll tell you this right now, never in my life would I ever expect or see a Southsider or Sureño sit there and let an Africano or any other fucking ethnicity talk about their ratas and they allow it. Vatos would have got off where they were mad at, where I come from. Now, I'm not saying that in this day and age, I understand, homie. You're trying to keep it cool, and according to you, well, there was 30 other black guys there. Who gives a fuck? I've been on yards with 2 Southsiders, and I watched them get off with 100 black dudes. So stop it already, okay? Just stop it. This thing that he did, allowing Marvelous's kids the platform to whatever expose or clown, and that's questions he was asking. Does your dad do scante? Why does your dad's teeth fall out? But stupid fucking questions, Holmes. Oh yeah, you're the fucking master journalist. You got that. Dumb. Look, bro, straight up. Hey, is it true? Did your father have a kid with a young lady? Yes. Damn, that's wild. On we go, right? Instead, you let these guys admit to crime. Law enforcement watches this. You're complicit in the bullshit, stupid. Complicit. You're so dumb. Hey, I'll buy that stolen phone off you. Dumb. Receiving stolen property like a dumbass, right? I mean, just a lot of the things you do shows that you've never been a part of something for reals and you've never been in the mix like that. You can sit your fat ass all day in that blue room all you want, homie. But when real ones pulled up, you report them. That's a fact. You could live off the coattails of other content creators, and you could play your little music and charge people $13 like it makes you like you're cool, like the 13 never like fucking they got love for you or something. But the fact is, I'm not hating, homie, on you whatsoever. I'm being real. A lot of the things you do are petty, childish, and it's like, fuck, you're worse than these kids nowadays playing Call of Duty all day. It's a trip, right? I'll say this, though. You know, when you fuck with a man's family, you get what you got. Do you think someone's going to take that laying down? I don't give a fuck if the guy did something with the minor or not. That doesn't mean he doesn't have hands or he can't fight or he won't do something. Leave a man's family alone. If you got an issue with him, if you feel that fucking real about it, bro, he's not a hard man to find. I'm sure you've had plenty of opportunity. The fact is, you are not about that. You're about creating content, controversy, and being a haters in your world. But bringing a man's family to disrespect him like that, his own children. We're not talking about family. Family is family. You know, I've had tias, ex-wives, all kinds of people fucking talk shit about me. It is what it is. I just laugh about it and keep it pushing. But your own children, you know, that has to hurt a man to the core. And I understand, yeah, well, fuck him. He deserves it, is what you're saying, right? What do you deserve, bro, by being the man to do that? Because you're the only one that's done it. Does that make you, fucking smarter than everyone else? Oh, you're just mad because I was allowed. Anyone could do that, bro. Believe me, them kids, the way they feel, they were willing to jump on any fucking platform and scream and yell. The fact is that is someone's children. And I don't give a fuck. You know, that's just like when it comes to like SPM. You notice I never mention his daughter nor his son. I say, yeah, his son feels some type of way, but I you don't know how many times I could have probably reached out. I know people in Texas. I know people I could have probably interviewed or tried to so they could smut their dad up or speak his truth, but I never did that. I know the paperwork I've seen. I know what I know, and I'm going to keep it pushing from there. And that's just what it is. You know, as far as what you did, that was despicable and low. And I'm not justifying anything that man Marvelous did. There's no justification for that. Never has been, never will be. You know, it's an unfortunate event that happened to him. And I'm going to say it in a way, better him than me, right? That's what I'm going to say. And unfortunately, man, the manipulation, whoever got manipulated in that, whether you choose to believe that Marv knew or he didn't know, that's up for your own interpretation. I don't know, to be honest with you, yet do I care. But I do care about a man not playing the game right. A man being so much of a piece of shit, he has to fucking allow a platform for kids to fucking scream and yell and call their dad all kinds of fucking names. What did you accomplish? You didn't even get that much more views, bro. I got more views talking about how fucking ugly fucking Serena Williams' Seawalk was than you did doing that fucking mastermind video. All you did was put them kids on blast, put their family relationships on blast, put the way they live on blast, or they did, but you allowed them the platform to do it, and you sat there and smiled and laughed, all because you have a personal hatred towards their father, which was well before the shenanigans and these allegations, right? You're right there, bro. The Vato talks a lot of shit about you. You talk a lot of shit about him. You are right there. You definitely could have picked up a phone and gave him a call. I'm talking about pre all this sexual shit, right? And did your thing. But we all know you're not going to do that, bro. You won't do that. That's not in your DNA. You're not cut from that. You don't understand that because you've never been anywhere where you have to, right? You never even been anywhere where you want to. You want to have the 13. You want to charge people $13 for music. You want to have a blue room, but you don't want to do manual things, homie. Straight up. You just want to act like one. Anyways, with that being said, I'm just being real. Hate me if you want to. I'm not backing up Marvelous Play. I'm not doing this on his behalf. I could care less about that shit. I'm doing it because a man fucking used a guy's kids fucking to get at him and come on, man. Anyone that respected that and thought that shit was funny and laughing about it, you're a fucking weirdo. That's weird shit, man. There's rules in the game for a reason. There's politics in prison for a reason. There's structure on the streets and in prison for a reason. Because as a gang member, as a righteous Vato, as a Vato in good standing, you're supposed to hold yourself to a certain standard of professionalism, bro. When you're doing what you understand, well, this is just YouTube. You better keep it that way, homie, because if you ever go to prison trying to pull some fucking bullshit like that, you're going to get checked by the same people you think you function with. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. Told you it was going to be a little controversial. Hey, take it as disrespect if you want to, Blue Devil. Make all your videos. Oh, he's a fucking dropout. He's a this, he's a that. I could care less. Guess what, bro? You can never, ever fuck with me on this YouTube shit. That's crazy. Dropout doing more numbers than you. Bang, bang. Gun gang.